Hey everybody, welcome to Epic Empire Wednesday Night Call. It's an exciting day because we just got recognized by the company that we are an elite team. What does that mean? We have 5 active diamonds within Epic Empire, within my downline, I guess you could say. And then we have a ton of volume over last year, so we improved a ton compared to last year. And we had a lot of people hit Success Club in 2015. So that's what all that means. But for Elite, it's only 0.01% of the company. I don't know the final number, but I guesstimate, I think they said there's around 300 Elite coaches, and that's out of 400,000 coaches. So that's pretty huge. And you know, if I can't pave the way to do it, I don't feel like I can teach you guys to do it. And so I'm glad that I can say that we've accomplished it so that now the next group of people can accomplish it. I'm a firm believer of the leader sets the pace, and I want to set the pace for you guys, and I want it to be something powerful and big. So that is awesome. That allows us to get a lot of access to things that we wouldn't get until everybody else, we see it online. Like when I go off to leadership, I'm able to text you guys as soon as everything comes out, you know, firsthand. So that's really exciting. We are an elite team, 2-time elite team. We were elite last year and this year. We have the cruise coming up in March. I mean, like we have like 70 days or something crazy. There are a few of us going. Kelly, Kelsey, Alex, Libby's going, Rebecca's going. Who else? Is there anybody else? It's all newer coaches on the call. But that is our Success Club trip. And you guys are going to see the pictures and everything. And you're like, I want to be on a trip like that. Well, guess what? We have a trip like that coming up that you can be on. And this is the time where you have to make the freaking decision to do it. Because if you don't, you're going to be that person looking at everybody's timeline going, oh, I should have signed up for it. And you're going to have like Success Club 5 every month and had your trip paid for, but you didn't sign up for it. So I want to play really quick. Did everybody see the Success Club trip on the Epic Empire or the Surge call? My brain just went blank. Did you guys watch the video? Raise your hand if you watched the video. I can't tell. Head shaking. Okay. All right. The majority of you guys have already seen it. All right. So we are going to the Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. Isn't Punta like a bad word in Spanish? No? Yes? No, I thought it was. But whatever. We are going to the Dominican Republic. This sounds a little classier. And it's super exciting because they're going to do 2 trips, so more people will be able to leave out the N. Punta Cana? It didn't matter. I can't do it. I can't do it. No, so I went to Germany. I learned German. It's good. But there's 2 trips. And unfortunately, I cannot go on the first one. I will be going on the second one. So look at the dates and see which one works best for you. Epic Empire, I'm laying it down there just because I'm the leader, and I'll say, hey, this is what we're going to. Let's pick one and go so that we can all go on vacation together. I know Carla has to go on mine because she's competing for Mrs. Virginia, and I'm giving up my title of Mrs. Virginia on that date, so I can't go to the first one. So I'll be on the coral wave. There's 2 waves. There's a teal wave, which is April 23rd through the 27th, and then there is the coral wave, which is April 27th through May 1st. And we are going to sign up for the coral wave. So the majority of us, all the leaders in Epic Empire, Knockout Kings, are all picking those dates. So make sure you have that written down. It's a $300 deposit. And how it works is you earn Success Club, and every time you earn Success Club points, you have money that goes towards your trip. If you hit SC5 all month long and you register for the basic room and can't get all fancy and get like the $2,400 room, if you get the $1,200 room and you hit Success Club all year long, your trip will be paid for. Not only that, but if you hit Success Club all year long, you also get spending cash towards your trip. I'm not really sure what the amount is, if it's like $300 or in the past it's been $300 and $750. Like if you hit SC5 all year long, you get $300. If you get SC10 all year long, you get $750. You'll have to go back and look at the FAQs to see what they're giving away. But it's an amazing trip. Beachbody does not disappoint. You have fireworks shows and concerts and dancers and dinner parties. It's fabulous. And we are all, not all of us, there's a bunch of us going in March that we signed up for last January that we earned all year long. And now we'll be going on it in March. So let me drill into your heads. On January 19th is when the general coach peeps can register. And I think they're saying it's at, what time? We need to look. 12 p.m. Eastern time? No.
9 a.m. Western. So.
What? Pacific.
Yeah.
Okay, 9 a.m. Western, so or Pacific. So that is 12 p.m. Eastern. That means if you really are serious about going, you need to be on your computer at like 11 and just keep refreshing because, guys, it's going to sell out in about 4 or 5 minutes. You have 400,000 coaches trying to get on maybe a 4,000 to 6,000 person trip. So it's going to sell out really, really quick. And I'm guessing the second trip is probably going to be the more popular of the two because it's a weekend. So it might be more difficult to get on. Get on whichever one you can. I'm going for the Coral Wave because, like I said, I'm giving up my Mrs. Virginia title on the first one, so I can't go on the first one. I can't impress that upon you enough. If you are not there the minute that it opens up, you will not get on the trip. You will get on the wait list, which will become 5, 6, 7, 8, 20,000 people on a wait list. So if you want on the trip, you need to get on that minute. So make the decision now. If you're wanting to put the $300 deposit on, be okay with your husband. You get to bring a guest for free. You just have to get there to, where are we going? Dominican Republic. I don't even know what the flights look like. Our flight to Cancun wasn't that bad. It was like $300. I'll take that for a free vacation at a all-inclusive resort. All-inclusive means, can I have another pina colada, please? Can I have another pina colada, please? Can I have what was it, a chocolate monkey or something? I don't know what it was, but you can have whatever you want and eat whatever you want and just keep going and going. It doesn't matter. It's awesome. Anyways, all right, so that is the Success Club trip. If you guys have any questions, please ask. Why do we stop videoing? Did we stop? What? I'm deciding to try to take out, 300 loan. Oh my gosh, girlfriend. So that is the Success Club trip. And like I said, you're going to see all the pictures, the fun pictures from this one, and think, dang, why didn't I sign up in January when that one came up? But I warned you. I warned you. All right. Recognition for, do we go over December's numbers yet? I think we had no. We didn't have a final one. Okay, let me pull up December's document. Oh, Lordy. Help me. Hold on. Where's our files? This new files. I was going to go over January's, but I guess we only got like 3 people on the board. All right, December's numbers. On the board, we have Amy O'Rear, Amy O'Rear at 2 points, Sherry at 2 points, Sandy Payne at 2 points, Lee Renee at 4 points, Nicole at 4 points, Christina Jenkins at 2 points, Kelly Slaughter at 4 points, Tracy Cameron at 2 points. And then in Success Club, this is how you earn a trip, right? Holly at 5 points. Congratulations, Holly. She pulled it out literally like the last second, and that was awesome. Vicky at 6 points, Kelsey King at 6 points, Brittany Fleetwood at 6 points. And then we have the Success Club 10 peeps, and we've got Susan. Is it Sealer or Seller? Not sure. Susan, 3 coaches and 10 points. Kelsey King, she must have updated and forgot to delete her. Success Club 5. Kelsey King at 2 coaches and 10 points. Sarah Grimm at 10 points. Congratulations, Sarah. Carla Perry at 12 points. Rebecca Thompson at 13 points. Kathy Cho at 14 points. And oh my goodness, is it June Lee? Where are you, June? Are you on this call?
I'm here, Jim Lee. You hear me?
Oh, June's on. Woo!
Yeah. My camera's not working, but my video is. I mean, my audio is.
All right, June is at 16 points. He's a guy coach, and he's rocking it out.
Yeah.
Congratulations, June.
Thank
That's
you very
awesome.
much.
Very cool. And then we had a bunch of emeralds hit in the month of December. Christina, Nicole, Susan, and I don't know if you don't put it in the document, I don't see it because our downline's kind of shaky of how you can read it in the back office. So make sure you let me know when you hit emerald so that I can give you recognition on our document. So, all right, it's January, right? Time to hit Success Club now. My game plan, let me pull out what I'm doing. And your upline might have a different game plan, so if it's not something they're doing, then follow what they're doing. But I have a group starting on February 1st, and I called it Love Your Body Challenge because I'm trying to go with like the love theme. And I just made a Pick Monkey header with like a little that I stole from Google and put my picture on there and some words on there. And I made it the Love Your Body Challenge. I started promoting that already, and I'm adding people to it. My very first post for my Love Your Body Challenge is basically a little bit about me and then my before and after picture. If you don't have before and after pictures yet, you can use one from our team. But I encourage you to, if you do have a before and after picture, to use those because obviously you want them to see that you're doing it and that it's working. So that group is open as a sneak peek. So anybody who's interested or has asked me questions, so like, what's the challenge thing you're doing? What is this fitness thing you're doing? What's Shakeology? They are all going in there. And then that is where I am able to talk to everybody at one time and share and answer questions, and other people can hear the answers to questions. And so I'll have that go for, let's see, it's probably going to go until their order date is by January 25th. So if everybody has their stuff ordered by January 25th, I've hit Success Club, and I'll start promoting my March group, which will be on March 7th. So that is my game plan. So make sure you have a challenge group with your team and that you are promoting, and you can steal the words Love Your Body Challenge, whatever you want to do, make it fun and creative, have a start date, have an order by date, and make sure you continue to do your follow-ups. If you don't have a group like that, contact your upline. If I'm your upline, then contact me and we'll figure something out for you. But that's kind of my game plan. Let's see. I think that's all we have on the calendar. Oh, we have this event happening this weekend. Just one of those little, hangout times. Just kidding. We have a huge event happening this weekend in DC. If you're not in DC, it's okay. Ask questions in there. Okay. I'll look. I don't know what that's saying, but I'll look at this chat in a second. Super Saturday is this weekend. So if you are within driving distance from a major city, there's probably a Super Saturday near you. If you're in Kansas City or Charlotte, North Carolina, or Raleigh, there are Super Saturdays everywhere. So you have no excuse of why you can't go, because I've been saying January 9th for what, like 2 months now? Since the last Super Saturday, I'm like, January 9th, January 9th, January 9th. So you should have it on your calendars because I've been saying it a lot. Our Super Saturday here in DC, we have Carl Deichler, and we have Autumn coming. How crazy is that? Like, we got the call, and I'm like, are you kidding? Like, we were about to pay for her to come next Super Saturday, and we get her for free, so I'll take that. So we have Autumn Calabrese. If you are in the DC region and you're going to our Super Saturday, be there whenever, like, if you're a volunteer, be there at 6:30. But our pictures are with Autumn and Carl. Just giving you a little knowledge that not everybody has. Our pictures with Autumn and Carl will be from 11:35 to 12:30. So it's like an hour. There's 1,200 people. if we take 15 seconds to take one picture, we only get about 240 people will get a picture out of the 1,200 people. So not everybody's going to get a picture, right? And there's going to be a lot of sad coaches. Unless Carl, for some reason, wants to stay forever. We will start the pictures and set up for it as soon as Autumn is finished talking. I will dismiss the VIPs and all of the volunteers to go ahead and get in line. So if you're a VIP or you're a volunteer, you get to get in the front of the line and get a picture. The VIP is 200 people. So that's pretty much everybody that's going to get a picture. So if you just happen to be in the bathroom during Autumn's conversation, then you might want to jump in line. All right, I'll stop on that one. I didn't tell you that. You didn't hear that from me. So I wanted to do a call that I have watched before. One, because I am mentally, emotionally, physically drained. Tomorrow's my birthday, by the way. And let me take a picture before we lose people. Everybody take a picture with their phone because you should post it on social media about how much you love your job and how you surround yourself with the most amazing people in the whole world. So let's go and do that now.
Put it on the little gallery view up there on the right where all the little squares.
Yeah, so you have little squares on the top. You can make it where you can see as many people as possible. All right, I'm going to smile. Ready? Go. Got it. All right, hopefully everybody got a picture. All right, let me screen share to this call that I found that I want to share with you guys. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, Lordy, please don't tell me I lost it. I bet you I closed it out. No! I did. All right, hold on. Would it be in my memory? All right, Libby, talk for just a second. Let me find it. Hold on a second. I'm going to exit screen. And Libby, are you there?
I'm here.
Tell them what your game plan is for the month of February while I look for this.
Same game plan as yours. I followed your idea and Kelly's idea, and it's really worked. And you guys have to be thinking too, when you're in a preview, even if nobody buys, I mean, sometimes it just, nobody buys, or somebody buys a sample pack, or they don't want the shake and they'll just buy the workout. I mean, that could happen, but you have to remember you're planting the seed. And if you still connect with those people and show them that you care, if you're like, forget it, you didn't buy a challenge pack, I'm not going to deal with you, then they start to feel that it's kind of salesy. So I think one of the things that I've done is just really, made an effort. Like everyone here has access to a 5-day meal plan. I ask people all the time, hey, can I send you a free meal plan? Or can I, just let people know that you care. I think that's the biggest thing. The preview really works. If you've been in Jatana's preview, she posts videos in there. She doesn't just post before and afters. She'll post talking about Shakeology, talking about how she's feeling. It's just like in a challenge group, she's posting the same types of things, but marketing. So it's just a great way to let them know who you are, not just to tell them about the program. You're answering those questions too, but the rest of the posts are really personal and letting them into your life. And I think you had one where you were at the grocery store and you were looking at, at food labels, and you're looking at sugar, and it was just, you felt like you were really connecting with somebody and you're getting access to someone that you normally, wouldn't. And so I think when all your posts in the preview group are just, marketing, or just, a transformation pick, or your link to order, they're not really getting to know you. So that's probably the biggest thing I've learned from Jatana, is to really let people know you and share what you're doing with them in that way. So, all right, there's Jenelle.
Awesome.
I'll be quiet now.
Thank you. All right. No, that was great. That was perfect. Yeah, and I totally concur with what she said. that don't make it a Beachbody spamming place. Don't make it a non-you place. Make it about what are you doing, what's your journey. That's what they want to know. They don't want to know what other people are doing. They want to know what you're doing. So I'll post little videos of me in the grocery store. I'll talk about how I make my smoothie, and they're just like little 2-minute, don't overdo it, don't give them 15 minutes because they're not going to watch it. Little 2-minute videos about different things that you're doing, kind of giving them a screenshot of what a challenge group would be like. All right, so this is a call by Jenelle Summers. Janelle is, what, three-time 15-star, 3 business centers, 15 stars. She's a rock star. She's also Shalane Johnson's sister, and she has amazing teeth. I'm just kidding. All right, so we're going to watch this video. Please take notes. I thought it was a great call, and especially for you new coaches, you want to pay attention.
Live and recording. My name is Jenelle Summers, and I'm the head of Team Hardcore. Thanks for joining us today. And I know we have some other teams even getting on this call, which is cool. I'm super flattered that any other teams would also listen to my trainings. This is a really important training, and it's one that it's a set of core activities that I think, what I know, are absolutely critical if you want to build a business. Like if you're even missing one of these activities in your business, then I can almost guarantee that your business will struggle if you're even just missing one of these activities. And so I have been training my coaches based on these critical core activities for several years now. And I want to say it was about 2 years into my business maybe, and by the way, I've been doing this 7 years, and I'm a 3-time Superstar Diamond and 3-time top 10 coach, in case you're like, why should we even listen to you? But so about a year or 2 into the business, I realized that there were certain coaches who were having success, and then there were certain coaches who, from the outside looking in, it seemed like they should be having success. Like it seemed like they were doing the right things. So I tried to analyze, what's the difference? Like, what are those little things that this coach who's having success is doing that this coach who's not having success is not doing? And so I identified what those activities were. And I would ask the coach that was struggling and not doing as well, did you think about doing this, or are you doing this? And they say, I didn't have time for that, or I'm not good at that, or yeah, I need to work on that. But it was usually just 1 or 2 things that they were not doing, that they were kind of brushing aside because they didn't think they were good at it, or they feared that activity or whatever. And it made all the difference. I'm talking about another coach going into 6 figures, and the other coach struggling to even get to diamond. I mean, it was making a huge, huge, huge difference when the 2 of them comparing like themselves to each other probably thought they were working and doing the same things, but they really weren't. The coach that was struggling was missing just 1 or 2 things that are absolutely critical. So that's why I have the critical core activities. That's why I do all my trainings based on these. And so you are welcome to share these activities with your coaches. It's one of the very first trainings that all of my new coaches listen to, is the critical core activities. So I'm doing this as an updated version. And I just think it's incredibly important that your coaches know what activities are important, because they can spin their wheels doing lots of little busy work. And there's lots of fun things you can do for your business that are nice to do, but they're not critical. Like, they're not critical. These are critical. So I'm going to try and get through this pretty quickly. I know I always say that, but I'm really going to try and stick to it, because I know a lot of people are on your lunch hour, and I also want this to be a quick and straightforward training. Now, with all of these activities that I go through, there's about 12 of them, by the way. With all of them, there are going to be some of these activities where you're like, yeah, I get that that's critical, but how do I do it? How do I go about that? Well, I will mention on here, there are certain activities on here where I've done a complete training on it, like a complete hour-long training on it, or a half-hour-long training on it. So I will, try and point you to trainings on some of these activities, since we won't have time to go through the how-to on each activity. So first of all, I just want to say, of course, it is December 2nd, and Hammer and Chisel just launched yesterday. A very successful launch. I mean, it's so huge in demand that we practically broke the internet. Definitely the Team Beachbody site was really struggling with so many people trying to get on and buy it all at once. I got mine. I hope you got yours, and I'm excited to see mine land in my Beachbody on demand so that I can actually do my first workout tomorrow morning. So with that, I hope you got your your hammer and chisel. Okay, that's an awesome program, and it's just a huge launch for the company. So number one, I'm going to start with number one most critical core activity, and it's not really an activity, so I'm kind of cheating here, but it's the number one thing, is your mindset. Your mindset. A lot of coaches will come to me and say, Jenelle, if you had to name 3 things that your most successful coaches did, or a skill they had, or whatever, the number one I always come back with is their mindset. The one thing that I can say, the leaders and the ones who have really taken off to become rock stars, it's not that they came into the business with a certain skill set. It's not that they came into the business with a certain look or a certain personality type. They're all different. All those things are all different for all of them. The one thing they all have in common is that when they started working their business, they had a mindset that was unstoppable. They had this strong belief system. It might have been an inner confidence, might not have been an outward confidence, but an inner confidence and belief in themselves and in the business. And so the number one thing that you can do to help yourself get into that mindset is personal development. Is absolutely huge. And I know you might be thinking, yeah, whatever. That's for people that like need help or need therapy or whatever. It's not. Okay, so your personal development is absolutely huge because you have to have that confidence in yourself. You have to have that confidence in what you have to offer. You have to have that confidence and belief that you actually have some skills, talents, knowledge bases within you from just growing up that other people don't have. And that's going to be what is unique about your business versus all the other coaches. You're going to need to uncover that in order to be successful. You're going to need to have this self-discovery and belief in yourself and that mindset, because there are going to be people that will flake on you. There are going to be family members and close friends who are negative about what you're doing, really negative. And you're going to have developed a thick skin to handle that. You're going to have to be so confident in what it is that you're doing and who you are that it just rolls right off you. You just let it go. Sure, you may have a pity party, but I say pity party no longer than 30 seconds, okay? Let it go. Not everyone is going to understand what you're doing and what you're about and what this is about. Think back to before you even joined as a coach. Did you understand it? Were you skeptical? Probably. I know I was. So don't blame them and don't take it personally. It's just a lack of understanding. It's either their lack of understanding of what you have to offer, or it's their lack of understanding of this business. Of course they don't understand it. They would have to go through trainings to understand it. So don't take it personally. It's just their lack of knowledge, okay? So number one is your mindset. Number two is to be a product of the product. Of course, these are part of the 3 vital behaviors, these first 3. And I've got 12 of these, by the way. But being a product of the product, now you've heard it a gazillion times, right? You're like, yeah, move on to the next one. Well, let me just stop and say that if you take a look at the coaches who are, consistently making success of, consistently building a team, consistently moving up, to top 25, top 10, and they just keep moving up and staying there. Look at their social media. You will see that they are showing that they are a product of the product. You will see that they are showing that they get results, that they eat healthy, that they work out. I mean, they're showing themselves. They're not just showing stock photos. They are showing themselves, and they're showing that these products work, okay? So you may be missing this. You may be fearing it and pretending like it doesn't matter. That piece doesn't matter. It does matter. Or maybe you're worried about posting that in front of friends and family, but you really have to be showing you're a product of the product, like at least once a week. Make it your Flex Friday post if you want. Sorry, my doorbell's going off. I don't know who's here, but they're going to have to come back later. And now, of course, my dog's going to start barking. Okay, so number 2 was being a product of the product. And so, a lot of people say, well, I'm injured, or I'm pregnant, or I can't have Shakeology because I'm allergic to it, or they, some people have had all these different reasons why they supposedly can't be a product of the product. But you guys, we have tons of solutions. Like, just because you're allergic to Shakeology doesn't mean you can't do our fitness programs. Just because you have, I had a hamstring injury for 6 months. I couldn't do any of our fitness programs. My business didn't slow down. I still showed that I was drinking the performance line and drinking my Shakeology and, still being a product of the product. Now still doing my workouts, just all upper body and core. Okay. Look at Meg Kozlowski, formerly Meg Wazinski. She obviously just had a baby, and she was showing she was a product of the product, having a healthy pregnancy. and just putting yourself out there and having a healthy pregnancy. I mean, so there's no excuse. There's absolutely no excuse for being a product of the product. No matter what program or product that you're not into, doesn't matter, okay? Because we have so many to choose from. Number 3 is that you have to be working from a list. And you probably heard this before. So number 3 in the vital behaviors is invite, okay? And it's true, you have to be inviting all the time. But I think that when we say invite, a lot of coaches, especially newer coaches, are like, yeah, but how do I invite? Like, I don't want to just invite someone that I haven't talked to in 2 years. Or how do I invite, this person that I just friend requested on social media? So it gets confusing to them when we just say the word invite. So with number 3, I want to change that to say you have to be working from a list. And so one of the first things all my new coaches have to do is make a list of every single person they've ever known in their life. And it really should be a list of at least 100 people, if not 200 people. And when I started the business, I took this task very seriously. And it was only because, honestly, I thought I was going to get called out. I thought if I didn't do it, I would be called out because my upline it gave us the impression she might ask for that list. And so I made it for that reason. I thought, oh my gosh, when she asked, I'd be so embarrassed that I didn't do it when it's supposedly so important. I thought it seemed very network marketing-ish. I was like, what? I know in my head just a few people who might want to do this business. So, I just didn't think that was going to be an important thing to make that list. But I made it. And my husband and I sat down and made a list of every single person that we have ever known in our lives. And it was one of the smartest things I've ever done for my business. And so now when my new coaches start and the new coach training that I do, one of the things they absolutely have to do is they have to send me a screenshot of that list just to show that they've done it, okay? Just have accountability, because from that list, you will constantly be working from that list and adding to that list as you get to know people better, or as you think of people as time goes on. But with that list, you're connecting with people, okay? You're just connecting and reconnecting, because there's some people on that list who they're second cousins, or they you haven't talked to them in 5 years, or you haven't talked to them since you graduated, or whatever. There's lots of those types of people on the list. And the reason you make the list, for one, is so that you don't just reach out and connect with people that come to mind, because there are people on that list who are great people who you actually might have more in common with now than you did 10 years ago, truthfully. And you might have, when you first started the business, thought right at the top of your head, who's into fitness, but you didn't realize that this person you haven't talked to in 5 years, they're actually doing P90X right now, or they're actually doing PIO right now in their basement, and you didn't know. So you have to get back to connecting with these people. So I say, make that list of everyone you know. Highlight your, top 10 people that you want to connect with first, or reconnect with first. Highlight those people that you would love. Make a different color maybe of the people that you would love to have on your dream team. Start connecting with these people. One of the next questions I get about that is, well, how do I connect with them? Like, I haven't talked to them in years. Get interested in them. See if they're on Facebook. So one of the first things that you would do is, find them on Facebook, or find them on LinkedIn, or find them on Instagram, and become interested in their life. One of the first things that you can do is a technique that another one of my guest speakers, she's in my organization, Joelle, taught us, was to do the CCQ technique, which is compliment, comment, question. Or you could do comment, compliment, doesn't matter what the order is, but a compliment, a comment, and a question. So maybe you go to their Facebook and you friend request them, and you see that they've accepted you as a friend request, and you look at their last post and you see that they just got a new car that you think is super sweet. So you comment, that is awesome. And then the comment might be, I've always wanted a car like that. So you've got a compliment, you've got a comment, and then the question, where did you get it? Or what kind is it? Whatever. Okay, so I'm obviously just making that up. But comment, compliment, question. That always just gets the ball rolling. And of course, you might do that over the course of, the week. And it's not just one person. Please don't just stalk one person or something. I'm talking about lots of people. And you're commenting, complimenting, question with these people. And then when the timing is right, you do an inbox message. Hey, by the way, I saw a recent post that you were, coming into town. Where will you be staying? Do you have time to meet up? Or I saw that, you just had a baby. Congratulations. Where do you guys live now? What do you do now? So you're just getting interested in them. You will hear in a lot of trainings, and I learned this from some other network marketing guy that I saw on, that I Googled. And he had said, don't try to be interesting, be interested. And that made so much more sense to me because people like people who are interested in them. So if I were to message someone and say, hey, how are you? And they said, I'm good, thanks, how are you? And I said, well, I'm great. I'm doing this business and we are doing this and my son's doing this and my husband's doing that. And I went on and on about me. I'd probably get crickets from that person. But if I was like, yeah, I'm great too. What's new with you? Where do you guys live now? Keep it about them, okay? Be interested in them. So when I have coaches that say, why would people want to follow me on social media? I'm not that interesting. You guys, I'm not interesting either. You want to be interested in other people. So by asking people their opinions, asking people their advice, asking people, questions. Okay, so that's the same thing when it talks about working from a list and connecting with people. Just being interested in them. Don't try and sell. Don't try and recruit. Just try and connect. Okay, and from there, as you're connecting with people and you're building these relationships, that is what is going to turn into opportunities for you to invite to challenge groups and invite to the business opportunity, because you will have gotten to know them and you know what their needs and wants are through natural conversation. Initially in conversations, people are always like, oh yeah, everything's fine. I'm great. How are you? Everything's fine, right? It's when you continue conversations, you say, oh, that's great. I saw you did this, or where did you go? And you keep going. That's when people, especially if you're opening up, people start to open up. And they start to say, well, we actually couldn't do that this year. We couldn't afford it. Or we actually, I've gained weight and I'm not been feeling well lately, or whatever. People start opening up and you start understanding and learning their needs and their wants. And that's where you have the opportunity to help. So it's not like you're pushing a fitness conversation on people just at hello, or pushing the business opportunity on people just at hello. Okay. You're building relationships. But here's the thing. This is the activity that a lot of people don't do because it takes time and it takes empathy, having empathy for others. It takes wanting to get interested in other people. So if it's someone that you truly do not care about and you don't want to be interested in them, then it's not the right person to be messaging, right? Like, don't be fake. Okay. So this is the one activity though that people try and shortcut, and you just can't shortcut it. People know if you're just like going for the throat to try and get a sale or to recruit them. But I'll be honest, if I've known someone for a long time and I think they would make a great coach and we have been connecting recently, then yeah, I'm just gonna say, hey, I've been thinking about you with this business opportunity, and I've seen your post recently. You're doing amazing. Please tell me you're considering coaching. I will, I'll just say it. You got to know when the time is right. You have to ask, okay? You cannot wait for them to just come to you on that. Okay, so number 3 was working from a list, using the CCQ technique, connecting, and from there, that's where invitations into challenge groups, into the business opportunity can happen, but only because you know their needs and wants, okay? I've had coaches say to me before, well, I know so-and-so would be so great. How do I bring it up? You have to know specifically why it would be good for so-and-so. You have to know specifically, not just because you think she would be good. You have to know and be able to say, Sarah, I think you would be amazing because I saw that you said this, and I know it would help you with that, and you already do the things that a coach does. So given that, have you ever considered this business? Have you ever considered? Write that phrase down. Have you ever considered? Number 4, increase your network by at least 2 to 3 people per day. So that's going to be about 20 people per week. That's very doable. What happens though is people get off track with their business and they go weeks or even months without adding anyone to their network. And then what happens is a couple months after that, they start realizing their business starts to really lose momentum. And they forget that this business has a 30 to 90 day delay. So a month to 3 month delay. So what you did in June and July is probably showing up early fall. What you're doing in September, October, and November, that's going to show up in January, February, March. You really have to be consistent. And that's why we say when you're new as a coach, you can't expect that just because you're doing everything right in November or December, that all of a sudden your business is going to have this huge momentum and you're going to start making all these sales and everything's going to just like happen. it has a delay, okay? People need time to be consistently seeing your messaging. You will, trust me on this, you will have people that will come to you and say, I've been watching your posts and they're so inspiring, they help me so much. And you'll be like, you've never liked, and you won't say this, but you'll think, oh my gosh, you've never liked anything of mine, you've never commented, I had no idea, like, it's really cool, but at the same time, I'm like, wow, I didn't know these people were watching my posts. But people see these posts, and a lot of people just do not like or comment on anything. They just don't. So you have to give it time and be very, very consistent, and you have to be adding to your network at least 2 to 3 different people per week. So how do you do that? Well, when you made that list of everyone you know, 100 to 200 people, I can almost guarantee you have some people on that list that you're not Facebook friends with. So you don't want to Facebook friend request them all in one day, but 2 to 3 people per day, friend request them. And maybe you know a friend of their friend request them, but 2 to 3 per day. You don't want to request too many at once because Facebook will think that is spammy type activity, and they can suspend your account. I've never had that happen, but I've heard that that's one thing that can trigger that. So friend requesting at least 2 to 3 people per day. That's when you're newer as a coach. When you've been a coach for a few months and you've been doing all these activities, these critical activities, and you're getting in your groove, you really need to transition yourself to attraction marketing. If you're still relying on adding 2 to 3 people to your friends list and you're not doing attraction marketing, there's a problem. Hear me again, there's a problem if you're not transitioning to attraction marketing. So attraction marketing, and this is one where I said in the beginning where there's some of these things, there's a whole training on it. There's a whole training on attraction marketing. We have a whole training on freemiums. Premiums are whatever you offer for free, and your friends and their friends and their friends all want to get it because it's free and it's something of value, something that you took time to create, and maybe you even put money into to create. The one freemium that I have, my Foodspiration ebook, I probably spent, I want to say about $250 to have that put together, and I definitely spent time on it for sure, my hours, and I give it away for free. And that's something that even people who don't know me have gotten that now, and now do know me because their friend said, oh, you should go to this website and get this free, ebook of just different healthy food ideas. Okay, so if you're looking for those trainings on how to move into that attraction marketing and any trainings on attraction marketing, that's in my Jenelle Summers training site. So JenelleSummers.com. The username is Team Hardcore and the password is fitness. Okay, so you have to be adding 2 to 3 a day. And here's the thing, you might be surviving in your business now and actually doing well, but if you're not adding to your network, at some point you're going to hit a plateau and you're going to feel stuck. And it's because over the past months or year, you weren't adding enough to your network. And so what happens is, it starts to get more difficult. The business starts to get more difficult. So you've got to start right away. By the way, I don't think I said this in the beginning, but with these critical core activities, I personally think that you should be doing all of these by month 2 in your business. So if you're brand new in your business and you're like, oh my gosh, this is too much, you just make a checklist of all these things and you start checking off. Okay, I'm going to start tackling this one this week. And by about the end of month 2 in your business, you should be able to say, yes, I'm working on every single one of these activities that is critical, and I will continue to work on them, right? Okay, so that was number 4, increasing your network by at least 2 to 3 different people per day. And like I said, now that I've been doing the business as long as I have, I'm fully into attraction marketing. I'm not looking to friend request 2 to 3 individual people per day. And you shouldn't either if you've been doing this business for some time. Even if you're only into it by like month 3, you really should start looking into your attraction marketing. So doing a freemium, doing a YouTube video that's helpful, doing a Periscope that's helpful, doing those things on a consistent basis as attraction marketing, attracting people to you. So you're not spending all this time trying to find people. You kind of transition from finding into attracting way. It's more difficult in that you have to have some courage and confidence, and you have to figure out your niche, and you have to go for it before you feel ready. But it's easier in the sense that it's so cool to have people come to you and say, hey, I think I'm interested in this business now, or hey, I think I want that hammer and chisel or whatever. And you didn't have to go searching for them, right? Number 5 is introducing the business to at least 3 to 5 different people per week. Number 5 is one of the most brushed aside activities that is absolutely, absolutely critical in your business. 3 to 5 at a minimum. Okay, so I've had some people say I'm struggling a little bit or whatever, and I know I'm introducing the business to at least 3 people per week. I'm like, yeah, but you're doing the minimum. Like, it's the minimum. 3 is the minimum. If you're not even, honestly, ask yourself honestly, are you asking a minimum of 3 different people per week if they have ever considered a business like this to help them with X, whatever X is their issue, their goal, their problem. People will not join unless it helps them solve a problem in their life, right? So are you honestly doing that with 3 to 5 different people every single week? Some of you might not be because you haven't been consistently connecting with people. And some of you might not be because you haven't been doing the finding and the adding to your network and the attraction marketing. There's lots of different reasons why you might not be doing it, or you might just be fearing the question. The more you do it, the easier it gets. The more people you ask if they've ever considered this business, the easier it gets. This business is a gift to people. If you're of the mindset that by asking them to join the business, they're doing you a favor, you're missing the boat. You're completely missing the boat. This business is a gift for people. It helps people, obviously have a thriving business that they can work from home that is based on their health, and they have the opportunity to make a full-time income with it on part-time hours wherever they can be on Wi-Fi. It's amazing. So if they don't want to do it, don't take it personally. It's just their decision. Maybe they don't get it. Maybe they'll want to do it next year. Maybe they'll want to do it 2 years from now. That's not your problem. Okay? You just have to say, hey, I know you mentioned this being their goal, their problem, their issue. I know you mentioned this. Given that, have you ever considered doing an online business like I'm doing? And maybe they say, no, I've never considered it because I don't know what it is. Or maybe they'll say, no, I've never considered it because I know it's all about sales. You've got the opportunity then to clarify that it's not, right? Okay, so number 5 was introducing the business to at least 3 to 5 different people per week, okay? And here's the other thing. Realize that out of every 10 that you ask that question, have you ever considered becoming a Beachbody coach, or have you ever considered starting your own online business? Out of every 10 that you ask that question, 3 will probably eventually join if you are good, I guess you could say. If you're good at what you do, if you have good credibility, you're being a product of the product, you're showing that you take this business seriously, you're showing empathy for that other person, understanding their needs. If you're doing those kinds of things right, 3 out of 10 will eventually join. So 3 of those people, they're not going to join right away. I wasn't interested in the business when I first heard about it. They're not going to join right away. They have to go through a decision process in their heads, with their spouse, with seeing what you're posting on social media maybe for the next few weeks or months or years. They need their time. That's out of your control. What you can control is how many people you put this business in front of, the idea of this business. Okay, so introducing the business to at least 3 to 5 different people per week is absolutely huge. Number 6, this leads right into number 6, tracking those people, tracking the names of those people that you introduce the business to. Because there's no doubt about it, what builds your income in this business is building and training a team. Okay, so I don't care how many challenge packs you sell, what builds your full-time income potential and greater is being able to build and train a team. Did I build and start training a team before I was even having success in my business? Of course, you have to. I did that because I knew this business was a gift, and I was going to tell people about it well before I had success. I wasn't expecting immediate success. I knew it was going to take a good 6 months to a year to have any momentum. So, if someone had said to me when they joined, how quickly can I have success? I'd be like, well, I've heard it takes, maybe even a couple of years, but, maybe you'll do better at it than I do. But I wanted to let you know about the opportunity. So yeah, I had people join me before I was ever, obviously successful in the business because I believed in it. I believed in the business. I believed in myself. And that's all you need. All you need to do is show them the opportunity and plug them into the trainings. It's up to them to take the initiative to do the activities, but you just want to be there for them and guide them. And honestly, they may outperform you. And I think that's cool. The business is actually, the success is based on your efforts in the business, each individual person's efforts. Okay, I keep getting off track. So number 6 was tracking your business prospects. Why is that so incredibly critical? Because the magic is all in the follow-up. People do not join the business just because you put that idea in their head, just because you said, have you ever considered it? Most often, people's first reaction is negative. I don't have time for that. I don't have money for that. I could never do that. I fall off track all the time myself. I could never be a coach. I'm not like you. My personality is not outgoing enough. I'm not on social media. I don't have any friends who are into fitness or nutrition. I don't like Shakeology. I mean, people have all kinds of, things to deter you, okay? I had those same things. You probably did too the first time someone introduced the opportunity to you. Well, look, you joined anyway. I did too. Why? Because we started to break down some of those preconceived notions of why we couldn't do this business. Either you internally started to realize that they were preconceived notions, or things that you researched and things that you saw help you break down those preconceived notions, okay? So you have to track their names, okay, and be tracking their names regardless of their response, and have follow-up conversations. And when I say follow-up conversations, I don't mean just, hey, by the way, I know you said you weren't interested in this business, but did you change your mind? Not like that. I'm saying follow-up conversations. Hey, by the way, I saw you just ran a 5K. You did amazing. It just having that, building that relationship, okay, following up in that way, and then also following up about the business opportunity when the time is right. So follow-ups encompass just the relationship building conversations and the actual follow-up about the business opportunity. Like, hey, Sarah, I just wanted to let you know, I know we had talked about it one other time and it wasn't the right time for you, but I have this new coach training that's about to start. It's a great time. The new year's about to start. Fitness resolutions are going to be huge. This is a great time to get your feet wet and understand the business. Have you thought about it any further? You have to ask that question. You can't just say, let me know if you're interested. Please don't say, let me know if you're interested, because it doesn't work. It's really a lot easier than asking the question to just say, let me know if you're interested. I used to love to do that. Let me know if you're interested. And then I realized no one responds to that. But if I just came right out and said, are you still considering it? Or do you think you want to give it a shot? And I just asked that question. I actually had some people that would respond with, yes, I think I will give it a shot. Actually, I think I'll try it next week, or I'll try it next month. Or, people would actually have to answer that question. But let me know if you're interested. I'd already let them off the hook for answering where they stood with their answer, okay? So don't do that. So number 6 was track those people that you've introduced the business to, regardless of their response. Just continue to build that relationship. Number 7 is host monthly challenges, period, okay? I just did a couple weeks ago a whole entire training. It's ridiculously long, but it's everything you need to know about mastering challenge groups, what the leaders are doing free groups, doing the where a purchase is required for your group. Do they all have to be doing the same program? Can they be doing different programs? I mean, everything, how to post about it, everything. It's in that training. So that, of course, is on JanelleSummers.com as well. So that was number 7, hosting challenge groups, because that's a way for you to build relationships further, get your confidence as a coach, for you to see better results because you're reporting in as well. All kinds of benefits out of hosting monthly challenges. And think outside the box when it comes to monthly challenges. This is another way for you to build your network, because you can say, look, if you join, this challenge group, you can invite 2 friends or whatever. That's a great way for you to increase your network right there. Number 8, trainings. You have to be getting on the trainings, okay? I know it probably seems to some people coming into the business like it should be so simple, right? We have a website, we have products, we just sell, right? No. You have to be getting on the trainings for a couple reasons. Number 1, you need to be hearing other people's success stories. And number 2, you need to be learning what is working and what is not working. This business, like any other business, is constantly evolving. What works and what doesn't work is constantly changing. I can tell you for a fact, what worked 7 years ago when I joined the business doesn't work now. And there are things that work right now that I never could have done 7 years ago in the business. Things change all the time, especially with social media. So you have to be watching the trainings, or you're going to miss important stuff. And you're going to look silly when you go to ask your upline questions, and your upline's going, okay, well, we already covered that like 10 times. And it's just frustrating. But You got to get on the trainings. And I know, you guys, I know it's tough. I started my business and was working full time and building this business and trying to learn and trying to work it, trying to learn it, trying to work it and making mistakes. It's tough. It's not going to be easy. But if this business is important to you, you will make the time. And it all is going to get smoother because you're going to learn more and you're going to learn how to work smarter and you're going to get some systems in place. But you have to be consistent in order to get momentum. And momentum is everything. So you've got to get on the trainings. The two that are critical for my team, the National Wake Up Call, always. You'll hear all the announcements and you'll always hear success stories and from top coaches, their top tips. So the National Wake Up Call is the first one. And the second one is this team training. Number 9, and I'm almost done, is the follow-up blitz. This is something that I started doing, I want to say it was maybe a couple of years ago, where I would set aside time once or twice a week to just follow up with people, follow up conversations. You're talking to so many different people. So I'll look through my Facebook messages. I'll look through my Instagram, comments from people. I'll look at my list of challenge group prospects and my list of business opportunity prospects. And I'll just follow up with people. You can literally, in 1 hour, I can follow up with like 25 to 30 people because it's so quick. Hey, by the way, how are you doing? How was your exam? Hey, how are you doing? How I know you injured your knee last week. How's it doing? Just restarting conversations, and that is, again, like I said, what gets you into that opportunity to be able to bring up the business opportunity again, or bring up the fact that you're doing another challenge group, or just for the mere sake of reconnecting with people and building that relationship further. So that was number 9, doing a follow-up blitz at least once a week, There should be lots of inbox messaging going on. When you're a coach, to be successful, you should have a lot of inbox messaging going on. If you're trying to skip over that, and it's not like you need to say a lot because people want to talk, you just need to be interested, okay? So you don't need to have these, if you're looking at your inbox messages and you've got big, long paragraphs always, and they've got short little sentences, there's a problem. You need to be letting them do the talking and open up to you. So number 10, the notes over here, 3 engaging posts per day. 3 engaging posts per day. Okay, so morning, noon, and night is what's standard. And of course, I've done whole social media trainings about this. And of course, if you're brand new as a coach, you certainly don't want to be posting all about fitness and nutrition. Even as a veteran coach, I don't think you want to be posting all about fitness and nutrition. You got to let people know who you are. Facebook is an environment that is more, people want to see a little bit more variety. That's the nature of Facebook. Whereas with Instagram, it's all about that picture. Like if you don't catch their attention with that picture, they're not going to read the caption, okay? It's a different environment. They're definitely on their phone. But I will say this, more and more people are doing everything from their phones. And so Facebook is turning a little bit more into an environment like Instagram, where if your picture does not catch their eye, they won't stop to read the post. I can't tell you how many times I've posted something on Facebook and it's so obvious that they didn't read the post. So you have to make the picture eye-catching, and even then realize that that'll at least get them to stop and maybe like on it or comment on it. But even then, they might not read the post. So what's the most important thing you need to think about before you do a post? The picture. That's the most important thing. Then you can put your thoughts around it. But also the next most important thing is that it's engaging. It asks them a question. So if you're just posting a picture of you holding onto your weights before you do a workout, and the post just says something like, I just finished my workout, I feel amazing. Some really nice friends and family of yours, if they're really nice, they will comment and say, you look amazing. But for the most part, a whole bunch of people are going to just keep scrolling because it's not about them. It's about you. But if you had said, if you had a picture of 2 pairs of shoes in your hand and said, which one do I buy? And you're at a store and you say, which one do I buy? That post is going to go viral because everyone wants to tell you which one they like better. I did a post a while back of which picture should I use for my headshot or whatever, and I had like 4 different choices. People, I think I had 1,000 people give their vote on which picture they thought I should choose. People want to tell you their opinion like badly. It's something about the environment of Facebook. So those types of posts get a lot of visibility. And the reason that's important is because Facebook tracks who comments and likes on your posts, and that's who it shows your next post to. That's who might see your post about your challenge group. It might get to their newsfeed because they gave you their vote on which shoe they wanted. So that's why it all relates. That's why you want to get visibility, because that person who saw this post now is seeing your challenge group post, and it's someone who really needed it. It's going to be life changing for them. They wouldn't have seen it had they not voted on the shoes, right? Okay. So number 11 is build and effectively train and mentor your team. Like I said, obviously what we do, at the heart of what we do is inspire, right? And challenge groups and coaching people and helping people. That's what's at the heart of what we do. But what really makes a business build in terms of income and actually making a dent in or spreading the word more of ending the trend of obesity is having more coaches. Okay, your messaging, to make that messaging go far beyond what you can reach yourself, is by building your team, because your team is on the same page as you, and they're going to be health advocates and fitness advocates to people that you will never even know in your life. So building out your team is what we get bonus on. So that is what drives our income. That is what grows exponentially large if you build and train a team. Of course, you don't get paid just from building. You got to build and train. You got to want success for your team. You have to have systems in place and things that they can do, that they can teach their coaches to do, that they can teach their coaches to do. So again, with this training here, pass it on to your coaches and tell them to pass it on to their new coaches. They may be afraid of adding to their team because they're like, I wouldn't know what to tell them to do. Tell them to do this. That's all they need to do, the critical core activities. Okay, and so lastly, so this is number 12, is to be patient and never give up. It makes me cringe when I hear about coaches, and I do hear this all the time. Coaches say, well, yeah, I used to be a coach, but I stopped after a couple months. I'm like, a couple months isn't even enough time to start. Like, that's not even enough time to really be doing all the critical core activities. So you really quit before you even started. That's crazy to me, but I know it's not their fault. It's because they had this expectation that if they worked hard in the first month or two, that things would take off. And it just doesn't happen that way. I mean, yes, this business is simple. It's not rocket science. You do these things and it works, but it takes time. It takes longer than just a couple of months. It really does. Even if you were working it full time, even if you said, well, I'm going to do it 40 hours a week, and if it doesn't take off in 2 months, I'm out. It doesn't matter if you put in 40 hours a week or 20 hours a week. It takes time because the messaging takes time to get through to people, okay? That's why. So you have to be patient. You have to love what you do. Laugh it off, have fun with what you're doing, think outside the box, do things that are different, make it fun for you. If there's something about what your upline or others are doing that's not fun for you, make it your own. Do it different, right? Make it so that it is fun for you and works for you. But be patient and don't give up, because restarting is so hard. If there's anything that I see consistently, it's when coaches say, you know what, life got in the way, and so I fell off track with my business. I wasn't doing things consistently anymore, and so now I have to restart. And it can be done. But it is tough. It is tough. You have to learn how to work through those times that are tough in your life, and use the business as something that keeps you grounded, that keeps you happy, something that's still positive, even though everything else seems like it's crumbling around you. You have to learn to do that, because if it were a business that you had invested $200,000 in, you would do that. You would still be working your business right through the hard times, right through the traumatic and tragic times that we all have that happen in life. It's just part of life. You would still be working that business because it's this business you've invested so much money in. For some reason with this business, because we haven't invested so much money, we just say, oh, let's just let that go for now. We'll just let it go. And it really puts a dent in your momentum that's really hard to pick back up on. But you can, so don't give up. You can pick back up on it, but it's tough. So if you can avoid that, putting the business on the back burner, or going inconsistent for a while, avoid it, please, because it's hard to pick back up. And people start to lose credibility because then they think, well, maybe you're not so serious about this business, and I'm not really sure if I want to join you. So be patient, don't give up. So that was number 12. That was everything. I do have this. You can take a screenshot. Okay, ready? Take a screenshot. Don't look at my nails. Don't look at my nails. Okay. Priorities. They're not priority. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this training, and this list is on my Jenelle. Don't look at my nails. Don't look at my nails.
Take your screenshot.
Okay. Priorities. They're not priority. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this training, and this list is on my JanelleSummers.com. I put it everywhere I can put it. I've also put the Power Hour as the banner in the Coach Success Facebook group, and a lot of my groups. So there's ways to organize your time so you can make sure you're working on all these things every single day, okay? But like I said, make a list, a checklist, and say, okay, am I really, honestly, am I doing all these things that are absolutely critical? Because if you're even missing one, I can almost guarantee you your business will struggle, like big time. Big, significant difference between someone who's doing all the things that are critical and someone who's just missing one critical thing. Big difference. With that, thank you so much for getting on. Have a great afternoon, and we'll see you next week.
Woohoo! All right. Did I stop screen share? Yeah. So my challenge for you guys and homework, because there's a lot of people who aren't on the call or dropped off the call, so they just dropped off and they're not going to get the homework. I want you to go into your team page, get you whether it's Epic Empire. Hopefully you guys are all in there. If not, if you're upline, you need to get them in there so they can see what all's going on. And post one thing you learned on tonight's call. I mean, I learned things, so it's pretty awesome. And I'm going to go check out her website too. If somebody could post her website information in Epic Empire with the password, that would be great. But go post so everybody who wasn't on the call sees and they're like, what? Be on the team calls. Let's make it a commitment this year that we will build, and we won't be 20 participants because there's 550 Epic Empire coaches and we've only got 20 people on the call. So anyways, love you guys. Have a great night. Tomorrow's my birthday, so I'm going to go to sleep and wake up. And I'm going to take the day off tomorrow because you know what? I'm my own boss, and that's what I can do. A lot of people have to go to work on their birthday, like my husband. So I'm going to enjoy tomorrow. So if you message me, I might not get it.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Love you guys. Have a good night.